All right, let's do this. So I'm pretty much where I was at the end of yesterday's video, or today's video, I guess. Just kind of hanging out, doing my thing here. We're going here. What we need to do, because that is, 4,000 some, 600 something light years away. We're just gonna kind of choose a couple spots here. About here. Good enough. Going to be a chill stream, ladies and gentlemen.
Frameshift drive charging.
And I will be looking for things to, like, scan and whatnot. But, for the most part, just going to kick back and fly through the galaxy.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Got some life there, that's cool. It's a smaller one, so I'm gonna have to get closer. So, a little bit different than my videos usually. During streams, I like to take a little bit more time in each system to, you know, scan planets and make a little bit of money. So that's what we'll be doing. If you watched my video earlier today, I talked about streaming Elite and problems I have with it, and how if I'm going to be streaming for a couple hours, I don't necessarily have anything, or, you know, a couple hours worth of shit to talk about. So you guys have to help me out. Keep me company while I'm out here all alone, soaring through the galaxy.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
The water world?
Fuel scooping complete.
No, I don't think that's a water world. I'm gonna nab it anyway, just because it looks weird. I mean, it doesn't look like one, or I mean, it kind of looks like one, but it doesn't sound like one. But I don't know, I turned a lot of my volumes down for the stream, so we'll see.
Fuel
Pretty
scoop
sure
disengaged.
it's probably just a metal content world, but who knows? In fact, I'm pretty damn sure it is. But, gotta do that due diligence and make sure that I don't miss cool ass shit. Smaller than I thought, though. Kind of way smaller than I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Frameshift drive charging.
But it just, I don't know, it looked like a water world. Just didn't sound like one. But it didn't really hurt anything to go look.
4, 3,
30 jumps.
2, 1. Engage.
And of course, these systems are useless. Unless I was like mining or something, because there's usually high metal content worlds and metal rich worlds here.
Frameshift drive
And
charging.
nothing worth scanning if I'm just on my way somewhere.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
That's better.
Fuel scooping.
Or not. I mean, those aren't that far away, but I know they're just like rocks. It's really pointless to go get those.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
I've got a long way to go to where I'm actually going to. And then
Frameshift drive
I'm going to spend
charging.
a ridiculously long amount of time because it's a money patch. And I've been through it once before on the way back from the core. But I didn't quite get up to elite
4,
in
3,
exploring.
2,
So
1.
we'll
Engage.
back out there and try and knock out some more of those neutron stars and white dwarfs and hopefully get enough before I head back.
Fuel scooping.
Alright, dude, slow down. Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna be knocking at least these two out. I think that's just a rock. Yeah, it's just a rock, but
Fuel
I'm gonna hit these
scooping
two.
complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
Pristine reserves. I guess that makes sense. It's all the way out here in space. More in your life. Excellent.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Balls.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Kind of having a string of bad luck here with interesting systems.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping.
I think they might be close enough to nab from here.
Fuel scooping complete.
Nope.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
It's a tiny one.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, there is a water world. Looks like maybe a couple of them. No, that's a rock, or it's metal. That's definitely a water world. Alright, we'll nab that one.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I think that was the only thing that was actually worth it here. Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, that really looks like a water world, but it isn't. Just a rock with an atmosphere.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
And nothing here, of course. Never get two decent ones in a row.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Alright, we've got a couple giants, which we're going to take a look at
Fuel scooping complete.
as soon as we're done scanning up the star. Come on. Damn it.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I think it's just these two. Everything else looks like a rock or metal, which I'm not that interested in. I just really like the gas giants, so I like scanning them. But since we have a mission, and we're on the way to a specific place, I'm not going to spend too much time in each system. But unlike the videos, I stated this previously, unlike the videos, while I'm streaming, I have a little bit more time to dick around, so I'll actually be hitting up, things that I looked on the system app that look interesting. And if you've watched my previous exploration stuff, you know that I really, really like gas giants. Now, I'm not going to be getting close to them to scan them, because it takes time. But I will be scanning them. Unless there's like a billion in one system or something. Also, the Anaconda just turns so goddamn slow that I'm kind of worried about when I get to the money patch, because my previous strategy for the money patches, the neutron stars and whatnot, is to scan them and then turn directly away from them and fly away and look for the next system to jump to. It's just going to take longer in the Anaconda because it takes so goddamn long to turn. But shouldn't be a problem. Go. And we're looking at 18 more jumps before we have to replot. Remember, it was like 4,600 something light years to the destination, so it's going to be a while, especially if I'm actually stopping to scan things. But, you got to make that money. The whole point of this whole expedition is to get that last few million that I need to get elite.
Frameshift drive charging.
And, hope I don't blow up in the process. Who knows, I might fall asleep. Fall asleep on stream, run into a star.
4,
or just
3,
drift
2,
straight out until I run out of
1,
fuel.
Engage.
I have passed out playing this before, but luckily my computer chair is not all that, comfortable, I guess. So I woke up a couple minutes later, realized that I was, going 2,000 something C.
Fuel scooping.
Decided to log off, but I'm confident that that will not happen this time. Alright, what do we have here? Just 3, it's just going to be other stars, yeah. Boring.
Fuel scooping complete.
See, right there, the turning radius on the Anaconda scared the shit out of me just now. That's usually what I do, is I'll hit,
Warning, temperature critical.
Yeah, I get it, lady. I'll hit full
Fuel
throttle
scoop
and then turn away,
disengaged.
but with the ASP, I was able to do that no problem. With the Anaconda, I got dangerously close to hitting that exclusion zone, and that would have been terrible, because I didn't bring heat sinks. Kind of an idiot.
Frameshift drive charging.
Which is going to be very dangerous when I get to the neutron star patch.
Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Alright, we're going to be in wood space for a while, it seems. possibly lagging out. Yep. That's alright. Doesn't happen often, but sometimes it does happen. Well, now I have to replot the damn course. God damn it. Alright. We're going up to that guy. I'm gonna make some, think that... No, that's kind of off course. Yeah, it's basically on course. It'd be cool if it plotted the damn course already, though. Sometimes it just takes a really long time. Usually when you're really close to the core, which I'm nowhere near.
Frameshift drive charging.
So it kind of seems weird that it would take that long, but I just was disconnected, so maybe connection's not super stable yet.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage. Fuel scooping.
Do we have 40? Probably a bunch of asteroid belts and rocks. Yep, bunch of asteroid belts. A bunch of metal, though. How close that one is. That one's close enough that I can just hit it from where I am. So is that one. Possibly all of those. We'll see. Oh, I already got it. Alright.
Fuel scooping complete.
Hit it right through the star here. Yep. Germanium. Got vanadium, which is kind of important. But let's keep looking. Oh. Too far away. We gotta go around the damn star.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Tellurium? Molybdenum? I mean, tellurium, I think, is pretty rare. Selenium, I know I need that for something, but again, while we're out here, I'm not going to be worrying about grabbing stuff. And I'm going to have to get a little closer to this one. Alright, so we've got on this guy. And then move on. Niobium. I think I need that for FSD boost, but again, not really going to worry about that.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Got quite a few jumps to go. I mean, if I find something crazy on one of the planets, I think I'll land and check it out, but I don't exactly... It's been a long time since I've been in the bubble, and I don't remember what materials I need for certain things. So it wouldn't really make much sense to land on a planet and start scooping stuff up. Although I am curious about the whole you know, higher yield versus per node type thing. Oh, what are you? You look like.
Fuel scooping complete.
Shut up, lady. That's a water world. And that is a high metal content. So we'll nab this guy. And then move on. Could be metal, but
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I'm fairly sure it's a water world. What's up, Vesper? So far, all I've really found are water worlds. And only a few of them. It's been really uneventful so far. But it's just, you know, just trying to get somewhere, so it's not that big of a deal if I don't find anything, because I know that the money patch is going to make me some money. But I think this one's a water world. I couldn't really tell. Like, I have my volume turned down a little bit so that I can stream it without it being ridiculously loud. Guess I should be getting closer to these so they don't take so long to scan too. Yep, it is a water world. Excellent. And I've been hitting up gas giants and whatnot. Found a few of them with like life on them, which is cool. I'm always into that.
Frameshift drive charging.
But for the most part, it's been a pretty chill and uneventful
4,
course so
3,
far. I mean, I
2,
disconnected earlier,
1,
which was terrible.
engage.
But could be a lot worse.
Fuel scooping.
And I've gone back to scanning the main star. As long as it's not like a T or a Y or something. Like, see this? Completely uneventful. I'm not going down there for those. Especially since they're 420,000 light
Fuel
seconds away.
scooping
It's just not
complete.
going to happen. It's getting a little close there. Here we go. That's going to give me a heat warning, watch.
Warning, temperature critical. Fuel scoop
Alright, I ain't scared.
disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three,
I'm surprised it
2,
gave it to that one.
1,
I didn't realize
engage.
that my stick was out of its dead zone.
Fuel scooping.
See, there we go. We'll hit that guy when we're done scanning here.
Fuel scooping complete.
Might even be, no, it's 1100. I was gonna say might even be able to scan it from where we are, but a little bit too far for that.
Warning, temperature critical.
You'll be alright, lady. Trust me.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I'm a professional. We'll probably start scanning around 900 or so. I know I don't have to get real close to it. I like the big gas giants because of that, because you don't have to get so damn close and you can just scan and take off. Yeah, there we go. Might as well keep going forward. Cut down on the time it actually takes to scan it.
Frameshift drive charging.
By the way, how are the audio levels? This is the first time I've actually streamed Elite, so I just kind of eyeballed the audio levels.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage. Fuel scooping.
We got something right there begging to be scanned. Alright, thanks, man.
Fuel scooping complete.
Did I discovery scan, though? I don't think I did. Oh, I guess I did, since I can see them. Look at these guys. Excellent. Oh, they're so far away, though. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna nab
Warning,
this first one.
temperature
Yeah, I get it,
critical.
lady. Chill. I'm gonna nab this first one, and then if the next one is super far away, I'm just gonna take off.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
What are you? Oh. Well, that works out. These two. And this guy's probably going to be all the way on the other side. Yeah. Alright. Skipping on that one.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one.
I'm really
Engage.
itching to get back into the bubble. But I'm on a mission out here. And I'm not going to just turn around and go home. But I think when I get back to the bubble, I'm going to try and work on possibly some funny episodes. Okay, sir. None of this. Might try and do another flight assist off training montage.
Frameshift drive charging.
Definitely won't be doing it with the Anaconda, though, I'll tell you that. Probably jump back into the Diamondback Scout.
Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Well, I may be in a patch of unscoopables. Which is going to put a serious damper on some shit here. Wait, I can scoop that. How far away is it, though? Oh, it's not that far away at all. Could have been serious. I think I only had enough fuel for 2 more jumps. I don't know why I opted not to bring an extra fuel tank this time. I did with the ASP, and I never ran into any problems. I didn't have to scoop every time. It was quite the pleasant little jaunt out in the galaxy. And with this guy, although the jump range is increased, the fuel tank's just not as big. And the whole reason I didn't bring a bigger one is because I wanted to keep the jump range high, but I didn't think about the fact that I'd have to scoop almost every star.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
Alright. Get the hell out of here.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
On the first
Fuel
exploration
scooping.
journey I did, I made about 111 million. But that was, I was scanning lots and lots of stuff. I was making sure to scan the main star, every single system that I jumped into. I found a money patch on the way to the core, and then another one on the way back from the core. So I scanned a whole
Fuel
bunch of
scooping
neutron
complete.
stars and stuff as well. The first money patch had a bunch of black holes in it. The second one had absolutely zero black holes, which I was kind of bummed about. But I spent more time in that one. So, I mean, I made a decent amount of money. So I know that I can make around... I'm only looking for about 60 million on this trip. So it's not going to take me nearly as long, especially since I'm going straight to a money patch, and then I'm going to stay in that patch for a while. Whereas the first time, it was a lot of this, where it was just random, systems and getting 3 or 4K per scan.
Fuel scoop
And,
disengaged.
I mean, that shit adds up.
Frameshift
But
drive
with
charging.
this, I'm going to get to the money patch, and then I'll be getting, 45 to 60K per scan. So it'll go a little quicker. Be a lot less of these, like,
4,
regular class
3,
stars.
2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, exploring is... It's kind of deceptive, because exploring will get you a lot of money, but it takes a really long time to do it. Like, if I had never gone out exploring and I had just stayed bounty hunting, I could have made way more than that, because I was out exploring for
Frameshift drive
three
charging.
and a half months, something like that. So 100 million in 3.5 months really isn't a whole lot, but it also helped with, this stuff over here. It got me up to Pioneer Explorer rank,
4,
which
3,
is one rank below
2,
Elite,
1.
and I'm halfway
Engage.
through it. And that's really the whole goal here, is to get to Elite Exploration rank. And I DC'd. We'll get right back in there. That was quick. Now I have to fucking replot again. But if you look, this is where Jacques Station is. That is obviously Sagittarius A. That is the current money patch. This is the current course. This is where I'm going. This is in the middle of the money patch. So if you look at it, if we scroll way out here, the money patch starts here. Like, this is the closest edge of the neutron star patch to Sagittarius A. Now, that same money patch goes, oh, this is the middle of it, which is where I'm going because it was closer to where I was. I was down here. I didn't want to go all the way up to here because that's just like a ridiculous amount of jumping. So I figured I'd go to the middle of it and then turn toward the bubble and go back along it. But it goes out to like right here. I mean, it is a huge patch of just neutron stars and white dwarfs, which is why I'm going back up there. All right. Make sure that that is in line. It is. Pick one of those guys. Too far. That'll do it. Gotten 2 DCs while playing tonight, which is rare that I DC from the game. I wonder if it's just because I'm streaming.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Uh-oh. Another unscoopable. Let's see what we've got here. Nope. Alright, I'm gonna make one more jump, and then if it's not scoopable star, then I need to alter my course and find one.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I mean, I'm not worried about it, because I can easily just go off course and find one. Then I have to replot the damn course again, which is a lot less annoying than I make it sound, but I'm lazy. But we're good.
Fuel scooping.
We got one. And a whole bunch of stuff to check out, too. So I'm going to go ahead and scan the star. I'm pretty sure most of those are asteroid belts. And I bet there's a shit ton of rocks and whatnot here, too. And a decent amount of gas giants, but they're really far away. I'm not going that far. Everything is far away except for the damn rocks. I'm not scanning rocks. But could have been worse.
Fuel scooping complete.
Oh, other way.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
I mean, to be honest, Vesper,
Fuel scooping.
if exploring interests you and you want to get out there and see stuff and you haven't done it yet, I do recommend at least going out once. Even if you don't go all the way to the core, if you just kind of go to a nebula or something, it's interesting the first time you do it. You find a lot of cool looking stuff. But eventually you get to the point where, like I am right now, where that is a rock or metal. You get to the point where I've seen all of this stuff already, so now I'm just grabbing stuff that's going to make me money. Which, those aren't that far away, so I think I'm going to grab them.
Warning, temperature
No,
critical.
lady, it's okay. You'll be fine.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I'm also like grabbing the gas giants because sometimes you find them with like ammonia-based life, and I think that's really cool, finding life out in the blackness of space. You know what I mean? I'm actually curious how far away the other one is. Oh, it's not that far away. Probably way the fuck over here, though. I wish they'd hurry up and add the aura review, which they've said they're doing, which is super cool. Yeah, so first of all, what are you flying for your bounty hunting? Also, where are you bounty hunting? Oh, it's so far away. Alright, screw that one.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, Viper's actually not bad. It's especially now with the combat
4,
changes and whatnot.
3,
Viper's really maneuverable,
2,
which I actually really
1,
like.
Engage.
But if you want to do like decent bounty hunting, I mean, you can do it in a Viper as long as you're very, very careful. You can do it in pretty much anything. But as for your question, what weapons are you using? Are you using multi-cannons? Because I can't think of any reason why you'd be hitting friendlies unless they're flying in your path, which, as far as I know, the game is a little bit more lenient on it like that as it used to be. What's up, Einar? Yeah, I saw your tweet. I think, unless you just sent another one. I got another notification here.
Fuel scooping
Oh,
complete.
yeah, with the California Nebula? Is there a thing in the California Nebula right now because there's a
Warning,
streamer that is
temperature
also
critical.
in the California Nebula, unless that's you. I
Fuel
didn't look at the
scoop
name.
disengaged.
But Vesper, as for accidentally hitting friendlies while you're bounty hunting, it depends on the weapon you're using. If you're using like pulse lasers or even beam lasers, you really shouldn't be getting tagged if you
Frameshift
accidentally
drive
hit
charging.
a ship that's flying in your path once or twice. Like if you lay into them, or like if you don't let go of the trigger and they're just in your path and you know, damage them a little bit, then they get all pissed. For me,
4,
I
3,
just make sure to maneuver
2,
away from everyone
1.
else,
Engage.
or you know, stay at max range or whatever. Or actually, with the FAS, I get real close. If you get close enough so that the other ships can't get between you and that ship, that's a good way to do it. The other way, I think the easiest way to avoid hitting other ships is to use beam
Fuel
lasers,
scooping.
because they're constant, and then if you see something flying into your path, you just let go of the trigger and then you're good. But that's kind of the same thing with the pulses as well. I think the multi-cannons are what's kind of screwing you because of the travel time.
Fuel scooping complete.
And to be honest, if you're out bounty hunting, you don't want to have to stop to go reload anyway. Then we're going to pass on these unless they're super close. Yeah, they're not close enough. Just remember when you're bounty hunting, it's all about
Warning,
like being able to
temperature
stay in
critical.
there. So if you're leaving when
Warning,
you run out of
temperature
multi-cannons
critical.
or multi-cannon
Fuel
rounds, then
scoop
you're not
disengaged.
maximizing your bounty hunting time, you know what I mean? So I would say go with all pulse lasers, because then you never have to leave. And just keep in mind when you're bounty hunting, especially in a Viper, you don't have, if you're doing it solo, you don't have to be the one that blows the enemy up. You just have to shoot it until the cursor around it turns red, which means it's hostile to you. So you wait for the police to engage. After they engage, and make sure you scan it, obviously.
Frameshift drive charging.
You hit it a couple times to where your reticle turns red around it, and then you could just chase it around and not even fire another shot. And as long as the police kill it, you get the money. So one of the things that I see that people
4, 3.
like, the biggest mistake that I see
1.
people doing
Engage.
when they're bounty hunting and getting themselves killed, or like you hitting, you know, targets that fly in your path that aren't wanted, is you're trying to be the one that kills them. You're trying to be the one that does the most damage to them, and that is completely and totally not the point. You don't have to be.
Fuel
You don't have to
scooping.
deal the most damage to them. Like, the only time you have to worry about getting the kill shot is if there's another player in the instance with you. So if you don't have any other players, like say you're playing in solo, you don't have to be a hero, man. Just let the police engage, shoot it a couple times, stay with it so that you're not too far away when it
Fuel
blows
scooping
up, and you will
complete.
get the bounty. And it's not necessarily a secret, but it's like a strategy for long-term bounty hunting stability and stamina and whatnot. Because remember, if you're constantly leaving and going back to rearm, or going back to repair, or whatever,
Fuel scoop
then you're not
disengaged.
maximizing your bounty hunting time. And if you have a small ship like the Viper, which is, in my opinion, a great small ship. Like, I was in the Viper for a really long time before I got the Vulture. But if you're in a
Frameshift
small
drive
ship like the
charging.
Vulture, or like the Viper, you don't want enemies deciding to shoot at you while you're bounty hunting. You want them to keep their focus on the police. So you don't need to do that much damage
4,
to them. Just do
3,
enough that you're going to get
2,
credit.
1.
Otherwise, they're going to turn and
Engage.
start shooting at you, and then you've got to deal with, you know, managing your pips for shields and all that bullshit. And then you got to worry about making sure you don't get blown up. And nothing stops a great bounty hunting run like getting blown up. So your main focus should be not having to leave to rearm, not having to leave to repair. And the best way to do that is to take beams or pulses, and don't be super aggressive on the wanted guys that you're fighting. You want them to keep their focus on the police the entire time.
Frameshift drive
bounty
charging.
hunting lessons from Commander RC. Now, if it's not going fast enough for you and you've got a decent ship, you can help it along by actually blowing them up. Like, it's what I do in the FAS. I just go
4,
ham on shit.
3,
And if they start
2,
shooting at me, then I'll back
1.
off. But
Engage.
if you're in like a Viper or, God forbid, a Sidewinder, don't be a hero, man. Oh, the North American Nebula. Is that that's the one that you tweeted at me,
Fuel
right?
scooping.
That you were in the North American Nebula? I think I thought it was the California because I saw that there's a streamer in the California Nebula right now. Okay, so here's the thing with the kill warrant scanner. When I first started, and I was reading up on strategies, like how to get the best instance for bounty hunting with the big ships and things like that, everybody just seems to be drilling it in people's heads to get this kill warrant scanner. Now, the kill warrant scanner is great. Don't get me wrong. It does add to the amount of credits you get per bounty, but sometimes the extra bounties that you get from a kill warrant scanner are like take me for example. My home system is HIP 16607, which is an Empire space. But a lot of times when I use a kill warrant scanner on someone there, when I'm bounty hunting there, and I do that because it's got pristine reserves, it's got high security, so I don't ever have to worry about getting my ass shot off, and it's got, you know, all 3 res types, or all 4, low, regular, high, and hazardous. So that's like my home system. That's where I bounty hunt.
Frameshift drive
The
charging.
kill warrant scanner will sometimes give you bounties from Federation, or I don't know if Alliance does, but Federation, or, you know, other areas in the bubble, and I don't want to have to go all the way over there to redeem those.
4,
So I stopped putting
3,
a kill warrant scanner on
2,
mine.
1.
Yes, it helps.
Engage.
Yes, it helps a decent amount, but sometimes you actually have to do a lot of legwork to go redeem those, and I'm not all about that. So it's up to you. I mean, it also takes a little bit more time to actually get the scan. You could put it on a fire group with your main
Fuel
weapons
scooping.
if you want, so that after you look at the enemy and scan to make sure it's wanted, then when you start firing, your kill warrant scanner will also go. But then you're in a dogfight situation, and sometimes you can't ever get that damn scan off because they're being too squirrely. So it's up to you. I mean, I made most of my bounty hunting money with a kill warrant scanner, but by the time I ended up going out to explore, I had like bounties from all over the bubble that I was never going to redeem because I just couldn't be asked to go all the way out there to like Edmund Man space or something to get it. I mean, for the most part, like let's say you are
Fuel scoop disengaged.
bounty hunting in HIP 16607, which is like the red dice systems or whatever. For the most part, you'll get bounties from that with a kill warrant scanner. It'll be like they have a bounty and then you'll get an extra bounty, but I don't know.
Frameshift
Yeah, anything
drive
that makes
charging.
me have to go somewhere else to do what I want to do, I'm not a fan of. So I stopped using the kill warrant scanner. No, I think the kill warrant scanner is pretty good. Like, I've never tried it, but I think if you're in anarchy
2,
space, you know how
1,
everything is lawless there, so you're not going to get a bounty anyway. If you kill warrant scanner stuff there, you might get bounties. But for the most part, you really shouldn't be bounty hunting in an anarchy system anyway because it's pointless.
Fuel scooping.
And to be honest, in my opinion, I think a kill warrant scanner is more useful in PvP because players tend to have bounties from all over the place. And it just seems to me, if you're in a Viper, you're probably not doing a whole lot of PvP.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
To be honest, bounty hunting is my preferred way of making money.
4,
I know back
3,
when Robigo was a
2,
thing, that was the way I
1.
made most of my money.
Engage.
But since I got back to the bubble after my first exploration voyage, I only had like a week after I got back to the bubble before 2.1 dropped, and Robigo was like ruined. So I did a lot of bounty hunting after 2.1 dropped, and I made a pretty damn good amount of money, especially in the FAS. So bounty hunting is my preferred way to do it. You just got to find a good spot, man. And don't listen to people that say if you're in a small ship like the Viper, don't go for the high res. Go for a high res. Just be very careful about fighting. Just be very careful that you don't draw like the attention of the enemy that you're trying to kill. One of the guys that I've been doing the podcast with, the kidnapped one, he's bounty hunting, I think, in a Vulture, but he did a lot of bounty hunting in a Viper first, and I gave him like all my little strategies for doing it, and he started making lots of money that way. And he went right down to HIP 16607 just like me, and he is making a killing now.
Charging.
And I think that it all comes down to being careful not to shoot until you've scanned, obviously, and not shooting so much that the enemy decides that you're the biggest threat.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Rand. In fact, to be honest, like, of all the ways to make money, bounty hunting, even though it is kind of, like, grindy, it's the least tedious. Hauling shit is okay, but it takes for fucking ever. And at least with bounty hunting, you get materials for the engineers and whatnot, too. Yep, HIP 16607. It is an Orisa Lavinia Duval territory.
Warning. Temperature critical.
Which if you haven't done any power play or anything like that, if you're gonna bounty hunt there, you might as well side with Orisa while you're there to get the 20% bonus to bounties. And make sure, and I haven't been to the bubble in a while. It's been a while since I've left the bubble, so I don't know, but Thome Gateway, or as I call it, T-Home, if you've watched my videos, Thome Gateway is not held by the Empire anymore. I think you have to go to Cooper Survey. Cooper Survey is the Empire-controlled thing there, which is on a moon, so it's a pain in the ass because you have to, you have to do planetary landings and whatnot. But work on getting T-Home back into Empire control would be super good.
1. Engage.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I like to fight really close. Like, I get up close and personal, but I'm flying an FAS. He's flying a Viper, so I don't know. But the way I fight is to get really close so that nothing can actually get between me and my target. And I don't have to worry about that.
Fuel scooping.
Also, I like to ram my enemies after I drop their shield. What's up, Spark? Especially with an FAS, because that mass is crazy. Haven't done any fighting with the Anaconda yet, though.
Fuel scooping complete.
Because immediately when I got it, I fitted it for mining and exploration. I will show you 1 second when I get lined up for my next jump.
Disengaged.
I am right there. So, a little bit of context. I was going out here to go to Jacques Station and decided I don't want to do that because I've already gone to Sagittarius. I've already scanned it. and I've already, gone all the way back. This was what I thought was a decent neutron star patch, so I went down to it, but they're just too far apart. Oh, take it easy, Vesper. Good luck, man. Bounty hunting is super fun, for me anyway. I just love space combat, regardless of what game it is. So this was a neutron star patch that I went down to, but they were too far apart, and I couldn't get from one to another in one jump. So, so I decided instead to go back up to a patch that I've actually already been to. When I was going to when I was going to Sagittarius A the first time, what I did was I went way out here first, because I figure, the first time I went out exploring, I just wanted to get my name on a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I didn't care where I was going. As a matter of fact, I didn't even plan to go to Sagittarius. I was going to just kind of fly around and go across and around and stuff, just to get my name on a whole bunch of stuff. So I went out to here, and when I got here, I was like, fuck it, let's go to Sagittarius, because everybody says it's cool, and I actually kind of want to check out the supermassive black hole. So I from here, I went out to Sagittarius. But on the way up here or so, because I went really fucking far, like 1,000 or so light years above the plane, I found a neutron star patch that had a whole bunch of black holes and stuff too. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll hang out in here for a little bit. But since I was making daily episodes, god damn it, Sagittarius, that's not what I was trying to do. Since I was making daily episodes, I didn't want to spend too much time in the neutron star patch, so I went down to Sagittarius. Well, on the way back, I found this guy. And what this is again, about 1,000 light years above the plane. This is the beginning of a neutron star patch, right here. This, where we're going now, is the middle of that patch. So this patch literally goes pretty much all the way up to about right here. And it's fucking huge. And then there's twists and turns and stuff. It's kind of like a line that does all these twists and turns. So I decided to, instead of going to Jacques Station, because the whole point of me going back out was that I am halfway to Elite from Pioneer on Exploration, so I want to get that last few to get to Elite. I was going to just turn around and go back, but I figured, you know what, we'll just go into this patch, because there's so many neutron stars there that I will never ever... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Fuck, that screwed up my whole, like... I think that screwed up my course. Yeah, it totally did. Did it? No, it didn't. Alright. That I will never, scan them all. So I figure if I go back up to the patch that I've already been in, there's plenty there for me to scan and get first discoveries on.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, but are they going to go to Jacques Station, or are they going to come to the bubble? That's the thing. And when is the update, actually?
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
And I've actually never flown an FDL. I kind of want to try it. And as much as I loved the Clipper while I had it, I don't think I'll be buying another Clipper.
Fuel scooping.
Just because it's classed as a large, so it's really, you can't land on any fucking, outposts and whatnot. It's kind of annoying. Oh, well, I don't have a whole lot of time. The problem with that, though, the problem with getting all the way to Jacques Station before the update is that I have the YouTube series. And to be honest, it's a lot easier and I think more interesting to make videos in the bubble than it is for exploring. I know that people enjoy the exploring videos and the bullshit that I talk about. Oh, why did I do that? That's not what I'm doing. The bullshit that I talk about while I'm out here. But the point is, like, when I'm in the bubble, I can actually make videos that have a point. Whereas when I'm out exploring, I just ramble about random shit. And I like making videos in the bubble. I think it's really fun. So that's why I want to get back there so bad. Yeah, and see, that's another thing. I don't have weapons.
Frameshift.
So I don't want to be caught out here when they start making exploring dangerous without weapons.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Fuel scooping complete.
Alright. So for those of you that do watch my videos, though, it looks like I may be getting back into playing Ark. But I'm not sure yet. Because the whole reason I stopped streaming Ark, or not streaming, but recording Ark, is that it just got kind of tedious and boring. But there's a group of people that I know that are I guess looking for people, so I might try my hand at that again, especially since the new expansion came out and whatnot.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah, but then I'd have to turn around and go all the way back there.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
Oh, these are boring systems.
Fuel scooping complete.
And there's still a lot of engineer
Fuel
stuff
scoop
that I need to do.
disengaged.
I've been out here exploring longer than the update has been out. The update that added so that you could see what was on a planet when you scanned it, and they upped the amount of materials you get when you shoot a rock on a planet. I've been out here since before they added that. So I'm really excited to get back to the bubble and get back to grinding for the engineer stuff, because
Frameshift drive charging.
I kind of got bored of it because it was taking so goddamn long to get stuff. Like, I'd be farming for hours and hours and hours and get like 1 or 2 items.
4, 3, 2.
And it made it
1.
very difficult to make
Engage.
videos because I want to cut all that boring farming out. So I'd start recording, talk about what I was going to do, then start the farming and farm for like 3 hours to make a 15-minute video. It was getting kind of ridiculous. Which again is one of the reasons why I stopped recording Ark. Because I would
Fuel scooping.
need a specific dinosaur for a video, have to go find one and tame it, and the taming would take like 6 hours. It was ridiculous. Yeah, the whole reason I want to go back to the bubble, though, is because I want to get back to making, you know, those kinds of videos.
Fuel
So
scooping complete.
it's more of a, if I wasn't making videos, if I was just playing Elite without doing a series on it, then yeah, I would probably be already in Jock Station right now. But since I'm doing it as a Let's Play series, I kind of need to do things that are entertaining, at
Fuel
least to
skip
the
disengaged.
majority of the people. So it's one of the reasons why I want to get back to the bubble as soon as possible.
Frameshift drive charging.
And speaking of the series, clearly because I'm streaming, I probably won't have time to record episode 156
4,
tonight.
3,
So there probably won't be a
2,
video tomorrow, guys.
1. Engage.
To be honest, I probably should have recorded the video before I started streaming, but
Fuel
can't be helped.
skipping.
I also have to play some Deus Ex tonight so that I can record tomorrow's episode.
Fuel scooping complete. Warning, temperature
Oh,
critical.
chill out, lady. You'll be okay.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I am kind of curious about the whole
Frameshift drive charging.
being dangerous to explore, though. Like, are they just going to put random ass pirates and stuff out here, or is it going to be Thargoids?
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, but why? Like, if I'm in a dangerous part of the galaxy, like neutron stars or whatnot, I just
Fuel scooping.
cut throttle completely after the countdown starts.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
The first time I went out exploring, I would cut throttle completely after, like, between each jump, so that I came into the next system at a standstill. But that's
Fuel
mostly because
sinking.
I was afraid. Like, I didn't know what the hell to expect. I didn't know what I'd end up running into. But now that I've been doing this for a while, I pretty much just decide, like, depending on where I am in the galaxy. Like, when we get closer to the neutron patch, I'll start doing that.
Fuel scooping
But for
complete.
now, I just keep it full speed so that I can slow... Like, I have it kind of set to a system of cutting power at a certain time so
Fuel
that I
scoop disengaged.
get close enough to the star to scoop. And it's worked out for me so far.
Frameshift drive charging.
How will they affect it?
Four, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
I haven't really read up on a lot of what's going to be added. I was waiting till it got a little closer. Take it easy, man.
Fuel scooping.
Oh, wow. So it'll bust up your jump range jumping from a neutron star? That kind of
Fuel
sucks.
scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
Honestly, what I'd really like to see is black holes being a lot more dangerous than they are. It's kind of funny how you see videos of people like flying right through black holes and just,
Fuel scooping.
not having a problem with it. I know that when I first saw a black hole, I was so afraid to get close to it. And when I got to Sagittarius, I was really afraid to get close to that
Fuel
one.
scooping complete.
Good anomalies sound cool.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one, engage.
I have no clue, to be honest. I've heard that it is actually dangerous to get really close to it.
Fuel scooping.
Probably just heat, to be honest. But I don't think that I got like, I think 45 or 46 light seconds away from it. That was the closest I was willing to go to it. And I while I was recording that video, I actually paused to
Fuel
look up
scooping
how close you
complete.
could get to it, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah, that's probably, maybe that's true. Maybe they're going to be adding something to it at some point. I heard that it will kill you, so I was afraid. But I'm not sure if that's true.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Because I did run into a regular black hole. Like, I got too close to it and it dropped me out of Super Cruise. But it didn't, like, the heat wasn't that bad. It was nothing really. I've never flown through a black hole, but I've seen videos of people flying through it, somehow getting through the exclusion zone and just flying all the way through it and never taking heat damage or anything.
Frameshift
And that
drive
just seems weird to
charging.
me. Black holes should be scary.
Four, three, two, one, engage.
It actually took me a really long time to to stop freaking out when I jumped into a neutron star system. Because, you get so used to seeing the star fly at you when you jump in like that, that when you jump into a neutron star system and you don't see anything,
Fuel
it's like,
scooping.
oh shit, did I remember to cut throttle? Like, am I too close to it? And it would get to that point where, like, I was always kind of mashing my throttle 0 key the entire time I was jumping to a neutron star. And I've since gotten over that, but it was the first couple times I jumped into
Fuel
like
scooping
50 times I
complete.
jumped into a neutron star. It gave me that stomach feeling that something I did was wrong and I'm probably going to blow up. But since then, I have actually crashed into a couple neutron stars, and like when I was back with the ASP Explorer,
Fuel scoop
and nothing
disengaged.
happened. I mean, it took. The heat got really high, but I had a ridiculous amount of heat sinks when I went out here with the ASP.
Frameshift
I
drive
forgot to put
charging.
heat sinks on this guy, and that's why I'm sitting at 98% right now.
Four, three, two, one. Engage. Fuel scooping.
That's metal.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
I actually haven't seen anything interesting to scan in about an hour now. In the first hour, I found a bunch of water worlds, but that was about it.
Fuel scooping.
But now, it's been a while. And it's just all rocks and metal.
Fuel scooping complete.
But it's making the jumps quicker, I suppose. Got 5 jumps before I have to replot.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
That's cool, but are you going to be able to see them? Because they're already so small that you can't see them unless you get, like, ridiculous close.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, because they're
Engage.
small, you know?
Fuel scooping. Fuel scooping complete.
And aren't they adding something to, like, normal stars that affects your FSD as well? Some kind of flares or something that you can get under?
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I think that'd be really cool.
Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, so when you jump into a neutron star system, it puts you about 0.22 light seconds away. And I think that you get knocked out of supercruise at 0.2. So you really don't have a whole lot of wiggle room.
3.
And then they're super
2,
hot, so once you
1,
get dropped down,
engage.
I think you kind of coast at like 70% heat or something like that. So it's really hard to get close to them. If there was one closer to the bubble that I knew of, when I got back to it, I'd jump in like the Diamondback Scout or something and go just run into one and see what it looks like.
Fuel scooping.
That's what I did over at Maya. In the Diamondback Scout, I went to one of the black holes and just got as close as I could to it. Because the Diamondback Scout's rebuy is like a couple 100,000. That's nothing.
Fuel scooping complete.
But I am definitely not doing any kind of crazy death-defying stunts in an Anaconda, I'll tell you that.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging. Four, three, two, one. Engage.
Nothing. It's just like getting too close to a regular star. It just knocks you out of Super Cruise, and then you know, pop a heat sink or two and fly away and boost out of it. Or not boost out of it, but Super Cruise out of it. It literally does nothing that you don't get from just running into a regular star. I mean, it looks cooler. That's about it. I think the only real danger from a black hole is overheating. Like, I want to see getting too close to a black hole actually pulls you to it and blows you up. I mean, that would be really cool. It would make black holes dangerous. I want to see some interstellar
Fuel scoop disengaged.
shenanigans. No, I didn't try to go through it because I was recording at the time, and I actually had that like a purpose of going out to Maya. And I didn't want to blow up and have to go do it again. That's why I'm saying when I get back to the bubble, I'm probably just going to jump in the Diamondback and fly around and do all kinds of dumb shit that I was always too afraid to do. I want to try and hit a planet going like ridiculous speed. Because I've been close where like I was going like 400 or 500 C past a planet, and I tried to hit it but I missed it. And I want to see what happens if you hit a planet dead on going that fast.
Fuel scooping.
I mean, it might be a while before I get back to the bubble, but when I do, that's the kind of stuff that I'm going to try. I'm also absolutely terrible at flying without flight assist. If you look at my, I think it's episode 99, was the episode where I finally got back from my first exploration video, or series. And that was when I bought the Diamondback, and I decided I was going to try and teach myself how to fly with flight assist off. And it did not go well. I thought it was pretty hilarious. I was running into stuff all over the place. I blew up a couple times. It was good times. But I want to do more videos like that because I thought they were really fun. So I just want to get into all kinds of crazy shenanigans.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Yeah, I think the episode I was talking about, episode 99, I got back to the bubble a week before 2.1. I actually didn't start playing this until after Horizons was out. I think a month after Horizons dropped. I don't remember when I actually started playing. But I've never... Oh, here we go. Waterworld?
Fuel scooping complete.
Shut up, lady. I think that... Listening? I think that's a water world. That's a metal planet. We got some stuff down here. Ammonia world, possibly? Can't tell. I'm gonna go check it. I think that's a water world. Yeah, we're gonna hit some of these. But we're gonna hit this one first. Now, I do remember
Fuel scoop
a
disengaged.
couple days after I got back from the bubble, I accidentally logged into the game without Horizons. And I tried landing on a planet, it wouldn't let me, and it just said, body exclusion zone, and I was flying like straight down, and it was just not going anywhere, and I didn't know what the hell was going on because I didn't know that I logged in without Horizons. I'm assuming that that's what it used to do before Horizons came out. Because the way the planetary landings work, it's not seamless, even though it kind of looks like it is. The planets are a different instance, which you can tell by sometimes you're unable to send messages to people that aren't on that planet. Uh, like pips on your radar go away, things like that. The act of coming out of FSD or not FSD, out of Super Cruise is like a quick loading screen. So I don't think that slamming into a planet head on, going that fast, would actually do anything. I think it would just drop you out of Super Cruise like normal. But I'm wondering if you're going super fast like that, if it'll actually like do a lot more damage than just the 2% it usually does. It's only seamless if you go to a planet without using Super Cruise. I think that you can, in normal space, even though it takes a really long time, as long as it's in the same system, you can get from one planet to another seamlessly, as long as you don't go into Super Cruise. And like you said, yeah, it's a hidden loading screen. And that was like the biggest draw of No Man's Sky for me, was that everything was supposed to be seamless. Well, number one, No Man's Sky is terrible. And I didn't realize that until I put 20 or 30 hours into it, and then I was like, this game is boring. But that's not even seamless. Now, it was seamless in all like the trailers and stuff, but I don't know if you've played No Man's Sky, but getting off of a planet is almost seamless. Like, it feels like there's a little change, I guess, which, just like Elite does, is probably a hidden loading screen. But going onto a planet from space is clearly not seamless. Like, you can be looking down at the planet and see all of the landforms and everything, and then as soon as you hit a certain point in the atmosphere, those landforms completely change into different landforms. So it's clearly not seamless like they promised us. And it's actually really, really disappointing, because sometimes I'll be flying to a planet and going down to the planet, and it looks really cool. Like, the landforms look really cool. It looks like there's water everywhere. And then I get past the atmosphere, and it turns out there's actually no water, and the landform has completely changed, and it's really fucking annoying. But No Man's Sky has so many problems that I'm not going to get into that, because I'll be streaming for another 4 hours talking about it. But I was one of the biggest supporters of No Man's Sky. Even after it came out and it wasn't what people thought it was, I still thought it was great. I played it a lot. I did a series on my channel that I pretty much just stopped after episode 14 or whatever, because that's when I realized that the game was just dumb. But I was one of the biggest supporters. I was like, look, it may not be what we thought we were getting, but it's still a super fun game. You guys should stop fucking with it. And then a couple weeks later, I was like, you guys are totally right. This game is boring as shit. I think that once Elite adds planets with atmospheres that you can land on, I think it'll be what people wanted from No Man's Sky. It just depends on how they do the space legs and if they add like flora and fauna and stuff like that. Because right now, to be honest, landing on a planet with no atmosphere is cool the first couple times you do it, and the SRV is really fun, but they all look literally the same. I mean, they might have a different hue to them, and landing on an ice planet looks different than landing on a metal planet, and a metal planet looks almost the same as landing on a rock planet, but they all look the same. Like, the procedural generation is the same. So it didn't take very long for the like the novelty of landing on planets in Elite to kind of wear off on me, and now I only land on planets when I have to. But in my first exploration journey, when I was on my way to the core, I landed on the planets all the time, drove around, had fun, got cool screenshots. And in this journey, I haven't landed on a single planet, just because there's really no point unless I'm actually looking for something. And I was not paying attention, and I am going to pass right past this planet, I think. Maybe not. But I love landing on planets that actually have like outposts to land on. Those are really fun. Yeah, see, Lazarus, that's exactly what I'm talking about. When Elite gets its shit together and gets everything that they want into it, it's going to be an absolutely amazing game. Everybody talks about Star Citizen and how Star Citizen is great, and you know, you've got your Star Citizen camp and your Elite camp, and they seem to be fighting all the time. Star Citizen is cool. Star Citizen is going to be cool when it comes out. But if Elite gets, like, when Elite has everything that they want in it, it's going to be an absolutely, like, amazing game. I mean, it's already amazing now. I have a shit ton of fun playing Elite. I actually think that Elite is the best space game out there, and I've talked about that in the videos on my channel. Star Citizen does some stuff right. Like, I wish that Elite's combat was a little bit more fast-paced, and I wish that the turning radiuses on stuff wasn't so damn slow. Like, it feels like combat is super slow in this game, and I get why they did it. I just wish they didn't. So when it comes to space combat, I think Star Citizen is better. But you have to realize that Elite is more than just a space combat game. It's a space simulator, and they do everything else right. Other than black holes, which we've already talked about. And especially since they're adding all this new stuff, like anomalies, like Spark was saying, and stuff like that. I can't wait for that stuff. There we go. I knew one of those was a water world. I thought something was an ammonia world as well. I need to check that out. Or was it this? Where's the one that I thought was an ammonia world? I think it was that, and it's clearly not. That's metal. That's probably metal. Or rock.
When you made it rain, I was like, damn!
Oh shit, Mazion, what's up, buddy? Thank you. Everybody, Mazion in the chat. What? Oh shit, I don't have a... Is this my destination? It totally is. I gotta replot. But yeah, I mean, it really bummed me out, man. No Man's Sky was supposed to be so great, and it just turned out to be absolute shit, and I'm bummed. The problem, one of the biggest problems with No Man's Sky that I thought was that you can get every single thing on the first planet. Yeah, it's totally cool, man. It's totally cool. Go check Mazion. He's an amazing Arc streamer. And, you know, YouTuber and whatnot. And like I was telling you guys, as a matter of fact, he's the one that I was just talking to. I might be getting back into the Ark stuff because I kind of missed it. And Scorched Earth came out, and people were talking about Scorched Earth being all awesome. I saw it at PAX. It had a really cool like
Frameshift drive
booth,
charging.
and you could take pictures on the pterodons and the T-Rex and everything, and it was super cool. See, Lazarus, I got duped because I bought it for both PC and PS4.
Engage.
And I couldn't get a refund on my PC version on Steam. Thanks for the follow, buddy. I couldn't get the yeah, so okay, speaking of, and I'll get back to this No Man's Sky business in a second. Speaking of the Ark server, I have a couple dudes that are gonna want to come over with me that I used to make videos with before, and we all just kind of decided that we were going to be done with it because we used to run off of our own private server, and we didn't really advertise, and we didn't get people to come play with us, and it gets really boring when you've got 3 people that are never on really at the same time. So we all decided to stop playing Ark. It's not because I didn't like it anymore. It's just because I was bored of playing by myself, and I didn't want to play on like public servers. But back to the No Man's Sky, or the No Man's Sky thing. The reason that I think the game really failed is that you can get everything you need on one planet.
Frameshift drive charging.
One planet. You can get the best ship. You can get the best multi-tool. You can get, you know, all of your inventory slots all on the first planet, and then you've got nothing to do
4,
but jump
3,
and jump and jump and
2,
jump and jump until you get to the
1.
middle.
Engage.
So once I got the best ship, once I got the best multi-tool, and once I maxed out my exosuit, I felt like there's nothing to do. It's like this, but not as cool. You know what I mean? Like this looks like it might be tedious for people that don't play Elite. This probably looks boring. I will admit, but there's a point to doing this, and I just absolutely passed that. Yeah, he was telling me about the Creative Misfits. Now I met back when I played. Are we gonna stop here? Okay. Back when I played, like I did a video with Mazion on Overwatch, and I met someone from the Creative Misfits. And we talked a little bit, but at that time I wasn't ready to come back to Ark. And now that I've been thinking about it since I got back from PAX, I sent Mazion a message today asking if he, knew of any servers, because I couldn't remember the Creative Misfits name because I hadn't talked to you guys in a long time. So I'm glad that he was able to talk to you guys. I really want to try making Ark videos again, but I'm going to do them a little bit different than I did before. Now, do you guys have room? Because like I said, I have 2 other guys with me that I used to make videos with that are interested, as long as we have more than just us playing, which jumping into the server with you guys would be really cool because we'd have a lot more people to, hang out and make videos with. Yeah, Lazarus, and I said that, and there was a video right when No Man's Sky came out. I did a video, not necessarily comparing the two, but I was kind of talking about how if you like Elite, you don't have to not like No Man's Sky. Like, they're completely different games.
Engage.
But in that video, I mentioned that Elite is the best space sim out there already. And they're adding more all the time. I mean, it takes a while. Yeah, dude. I think he gave me your TeamSpeak information. So, as soon as I'm done here, we'll have a talk about it.
Fuel scooping.
I'm just bummed. I'm bummed that No Man's Sky turned out to be a dud. Because I did have a lot of fun with it the first week or so that I played.
Fuel scooping complete.
Did I? Yes, okay.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
Matter of
Frame
fact,
shift
it
drive
probably
charging.
shouldn't. It's not going to be too long. I've been streaming this for a little over 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I'm gonna give it another half hour or so, guys, and then I'll jump out. Once again, though, for those of you that do watch the Elite
4,
videos on my channel, there
3,
will not be episode
2,
156
1.
tomorrow
Engage.
because I've spent all my damn time streaming. But I'm off for the next couple days, so we'll see what's going on. Yeah, Lazarus, to be honest, they'll probably add everything that they said they were going to put in the game eventually.
Fuel scooping.
But it was a real dick move of them to release it the way it is now. Like, I know that's the standard these days. People are releasing games because they know that they can just throw out DLC. But it's still a dick move.
Fuel scooping complete.
Especially because they were not transparent at all. Sean Murray, in interviews like mere months before the game came out, said all this stuff was in the game that clearly was not. I don't know, man. Maybe after they add a whole bunch to it, I'll go back and check it out, but it's just not my thing right
Fuel
now.
scoop disengaged.
Oh yeah, I'll probably the problem with this stream though is the first like 45 minutes or so nobody was in the chat, so I was just
Frame
playing,
shift
you know.
drive
So
charging.
anybody watching the VOD, which I will put up, it'll be up tomorrow, but it won't be an actual numbered episode. You'll have to skip. You'll have to skip until you guys got into the channel and I started talking.
4.
And if you
3,
watch my Darkest Dungeon
2,
stuff, and if you watch the
1.
Dusker stuff,
Engage.
you know that the episodes for those are coming from Twitch now. Oh, they kept it super hush hush, dude. It's the biggest travesty I've ever seen in gaming. I mean, I'm not going to say that Sean Murray lied.
Fuel scooping.
Excuse me. I'm not going to say that he lied. But he definitely omitted the truth, if you know what I mean. Like, he left it intentionally vague so that they could cash in on it. And that, in my opinion, was a super dick move.
Fuel scooping complete.
Regardless of whether or not they plan to make good on all their promises eventually, they should have just put it in development for another
Fuel
6
scoop
months.
disengaged.
And I've seen all kinds of videos of theories and things like that as to why it happened. I've seen that, you know, because they weren't they like started out as indie and then they went under Sony's wing, and Sony was like, you guys got to get this game out, so cut this and this and this, and the game is not going to run well on a PS4 because you have all this stuff in it, so take all that out. Like, I get that. That's probably kind of true in some of it. There's
Frame
probably
shift drive charging.
some truth to some of that. But still, like, just keep the game in development a little bit longer and at least put some of that stuff in. Multiplayer was the
4,
biggest thing that people
3,
bitched about. All they had to
2,
do was fucking
1.
put multiplayer.
Engage.
And it could have run exactly like Elite. I mean, nobody in their right mind says that Elite's multiplayer is good. But it's still there. You know what I mean? You can still see people. You can still find people. Even if it's difficult to get a
Fuel scooping.
decent number of people into the same instance, it can still be done. Whereas with No Man's Sky, it's not even an option. Right, exactly. They should have, but they just kept that hype train rolling. And they didn't give a shit, you know. The fact that 80% of the stuff they were talking about is not even going to be in the game, they just kept
Fuel
it going.
scooping complete.
Like, if you look at the trailer, the E3 trailer, it looks so beautiful. It is such an amazing concept of a game. And at first, I'm always been of the opinion,
Fuel
if a game
scoop
comes out
disengaged.
and it doesn't have the features that were promised, then when you're basing your opinion, don't base it off of that. Base it off of what you actually got, right? So let's say everything was in it except multiplayer, but it was still the game that we saw back in E3 2013, I think, or 2014, one of the two. If the only thing that was missing was multiplayer,
Frameshift
then I
drive
would
charging.
review the game as it is without the multiplayer, and I wouldn't even bring multiplayer into the review. But the amount of stuff that they cut out of the game
4,
is just,
3,
it's so hard
2, 1.
to give that a
Engage.
pass. Because look at the game from years ago. Look how absolutely gorgeous it is. The grass is all swaying in the wind. The trees are swaying in the wind. There's 4 or 5 different animal types all on one screen. There's herds of animals. There's, you know, there's a big brontosaurus looking thing in a river, and then this big ass looking like giant boar comes crashing through the trees, and the trees are getting knocked down, and the herd of little guys are running away from it, and it's chasing them. And you get in your ship and you fly, you actually take off, and it looks so fucking cool.
Fuel scooping complete.
And then you get into the game and you first of all, you can't fly. You can't, it's like arcade flying on crack. Like you can't even fly close to the ground. You can't even actually land. I want to be able to just come into
Fuel
for a landing like an
disengaged.
elite. You know, have a little bit of skill to your landing, not just push square or whatever it was and immediately land. And then you land and you get out of your ship and you look around and there's like one animal there, and it's just walking in a circle. And there's 3 trees on the horizon, and it's like, come on, man. They really fucking dropped the ball with this game. It's so sad. Yeah. I mean, 90% of them. Like, because I've been attacked by some animals that didn't look like the crabs, but they all look like the damn crabs with, like, different heads on them or something. And I found a planet that had a whole bunch of flying creatures, and I was like, this is fucking cool. I start flying, and I'm flying through them, and you just clip through them.
Frameshift drive charging.
I tried shooting them, and they're invincible. You can shoot them as much as you want. You won't kill a flying creature. I mean, it's just, it sucks. Like, I can't deal with how bad the game turned out, because it
4,
could have been the greatest
3,
game ever made.
2,
It could have been.
1. Engage.
My 2 biggest pet peeves with the game, though, are that, first of all, the entirety of space is full of asteroids. There is no part of space that is just open space. It's all
Fuel scooping.
asteroids, all of it. And it's annoying as shit, because sometimes I just, like in Elite, sometimes I just fly around in Super Cruise. It's fun. Just fly around a system in Super Cruise. Fly past planets and stars and all kinds of stuff. And you can't do that in No Man's Sky because you have to dodge these fucking asteroids all the time.
Fuel
And the
scooping
second thing that
complete.
really bothered me was that there are no gas giants. No ringed planets at all. All of the planets look relatively the same. Just like, except for the coloring on them from space. Like, I want a space game. I like space games. No Man's Sky was supposed to be a good space game, and it is. It's Minecraft with space, and you can't even build things in it. It's not even as good as Minecraft, and
Fuel scoop
I don't like
disengaged.
Minecraft. To say that a game is not as good as another game that I actually don't like means something. It's just a shame,
Frameshift
man.
drive charging.
The core gripes. And the black holes in the game. The black holes are terrible. And
4,
nowhere near scientifically correct.
2.
They're not even black
1.
holes in that game. They're more
Engage.
wormholes. They're not black holes. Although they kind of look like a black hole, they're more wormholes. I played Minecraft when it first came out. I bought into the alpha or whatever the hell it was back then, alpha or beta, or just, you know, way back before this early release business came out. I think,
Fuel
what,
scooping.
2009 or something like that? I played it for a couple days. I thought it was kind of cool, but then it just got boring. I need games with, like, a structure or a goal. And although Elite doesn't necessarily have that,
Fuel scooping
you can make your
complete.
own goals in Elite. And those goals are more than just build a safe house and get some diamonds. You know what I mean? Elite, there's so many
Fuel
different
scoop
things that you can
disengaged.
choose as your goal in Elite. Make a shit ton of money. I'm into it. Fly across the galaxy. I'm clearly doing that right now.
Frame
Get a
shift
badass
drive
ship. I'm
charging.
into it. Fucking join a faction or something and work on the background sim, which everybody seems to hate, but I actually kind of like it. I didn't even play for that long, dude. I played for like a month.
4, 3,
It's just
2,
not my thing.
1.
Minecraft just isn't my thing.
Engage.
That's why I like Ark so much, because it's like, what if Minecraft had a real, like, enemy system? Like, I know that there's creepers and spiders and skeletons and all kinds of, there's a dragon or something like that, but it's just not as cool. Whereas with Ark, you know, there's dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are fucking
scooping.
cool. Yeah, and when I was on the Steam page trying to decide whether or not I was going to buy Elite, I was reading user reviews. And at the time, and it probably still is, I haven't looked at the damn page in so long because I've had the game, I didn't need to. At the time, it was mixed review. There were a lot of really bad reviews, and then there were a lot of really good reviews. And what was really funny to me was that
Fuel
almost
skip
every
disengaged.
one of the bad reviews had like 400 or 500 hours played, right? Now I bought Elite for $60. It was the Horizons bundle. Getting 400 hours out of a $60 game is absolutely amazing. I absolutely love power play. And the only reason I'm not in a power play faction right now is because on the way back on my first
Frame shift drive
my first
charging.
exploration, when I went to Sag A and I was on my way back, it was around the time right before the update, right before 2.1, where NPCs were going crazy, interdicting people and killing people all over the place, right?
4,
And then there was a lot of
3,
PvP going
2,
on where people were
1,
destroying. That was when
engage.
Iridium Wing formed and was helping people who were exploring back to safety and stuff like that. And then there were, you know, SDC was real big, the Smiling Dog crew, and they were out there blowing people up. So I was like, look, I'm going to leave my power play faction so that I don't have to worry about NPCs interdicting me for
Fuel
no reason
scooping.
whatsoever. And then I'm going to try and sneak through all the PvP to get back to my place. And then since then, I just haven't gotten back. I haven't joined. I was just going to rejoin ALD, but I just
Fuel
haven't. I
scooping
forgot all
complete.
about it. So I'll do that back when I get back to the bubble. But I think the power play thing is really cool, and I did a lot of videos on power play, like grinding
Fuel
out
skip
merits
disengaged.
and you know, just doing, you know, crazy shit. I would go into Lee Young Rui space and blow up Sirius Corporation stuff for merits all the time. I thought it was super fun. But
Frame
I grew up
shift
playing
drive
like strategy
charging.
games. I played a lot of the Romance of Three Kingdoms games. I played like Gemfire. I played Nobunaga's Ambition. All those Koei games back in the day. And that's what it kind of seems like to me. Like you're helping your
4,
faction take over
3,
stuff. Now
2,
it could be better.
1.
Could be a lot better,
Engage.
but it's still cool to me. And it gives you something to do. See, that's one of the things that I don't do though. I don't ever play in solo if I can help it.
Fuel scooping.
And I've got nothing against people who will go into solo, but because I do this as a series on YouTube, I want it to be as genuine as possible. So I don't want people to be
Fuel
like, "Oh,
scooping
he's hiding in
complete.
solo." So I just don't go into solo ever.
Warning. Temperature critical. Fuel scoop disengaged.
How far are you? Oh, I can hit that from probably here, actually. I tend to only fly not cheap ships, but like things like the Clipper. I flew the Imperial Clipper for a really long time. I fly an FAS now when I'm not exploring. So because I made so much on my first exploration trip, I mean, I have money, and I exploited Robigo for a really long time. So, like, losing this with a 8 million rebuy because it's fitted for exploration, so it doesn't have like A-rated everything. Losing this with 8 mil would probably upset me because I've only got 58. But when I'm done with this exploration expedition, I'll probably have enough that it doesn't bother me, to be honest. I think my Clipper's rebuy was like 12 million or something. Something like that.
Drive
but I never
charging.
blew up in the Clipper. In fact, I never lost my FAS either, but I've lost other ships many times. Sometimes just to me being stupid. Like I did a canyon run in the Diamondback Scout just for the hell of it, just to push the limits and see what it can do. And I crashed a couple times in that. That was fun. Episode 99 of my series was me trying to teach myself how to fly 100% FA off, and I blew up a couple times in that. I mean, I do shit like that. I remember I went out to Merope to check out the
Fuel scooping.
capital ships when they were out there with the barnacles, and I got too close to the capital ship and it got blown up. That was funny. That was in the Diamondback Scout as well. But when it comes to like bounty hunting and combat, I know when to bug out, when to cut my losses, so I haven't been killed in combat in forever. Of course, that's versus NPCs.
Fuel scooping
I've done very little PvP. And that was back when I thought interdicting and killing other faction players got you merits, which I was sad to learn that it does
Fuel
not.
scoop disengaged.
So I stopped doing that, but I've done a little bit of PvP and that's about it. I did do a week-long series
Frameshift drive
on
charging.
the Elite Dangerous Arena. That was really fun. I was decent at that. But it's not really a good metric because you don't fly those kinds of ships in the main game.
4,
Yeah, I use a
3,
Razor Tartarus
2,
gamepad that has 15
1,
keys on it
engage.
and Logitech flight stick. So my FA off is like right near my pinky. And I do FA off turns and everything, but I watched videos of people like Isonona and Look Inverted, and I was like, man, they fly with FA off all the time, and I wanted to do that. So I was trying it out, but I couldn't do it.
Fuel scooping
Which is funny because when I play other space games that have Newtonian flight, I'm just fine with those. I think it has to do with just the terrible turning speed that these ships have that makes it difficult for me to fly like that. Because I grew up playing flight simulators,
Fuel scoop disengaged.
which is why, like, even in most games, especially FPS, I always play with look controls inverted because I'm so used to playing flight simulators.
Frameshift drive charging. Four, 3, 2.
Yeah, my mouse area,
Engage.
because I use one of those pull-out drawers for my keyboard and mouse. My mouse area is so small that if I were to try to play this game with a mouse, I'd be picking it up and replacing it so many times that I just can't do it. I'll play with a controller if I have to, but my flight stick and gamepad throttle setup is ideal for me. Because the Razor Tartarus has like 15 buttons and 3 5-button rows, and then it's got 2 thumb buttons and a thumb stick, and I use the thumb stick for my throttle, so I can, do it like that. And then I use the top
scooping
thumb button
complete.
to like select things on the menus, and I use the bottom thumb button for J for jumping. Oh, here we go. I'll take that. Anything else? Nope. Yeah, I use it for everything. Anytime I get a new game, the first thing I do is go into the keybinds and see what they all are, and then set up
Fuel
a
scoop
profile on the
disengaged.
Tartars for that game. So I never actually touch my keyboard, other than in this game to hit like M for map and N for system map, and that's it, because I don't have room for it on the Tartarus. Yeah, I use the middle mouse button for head look, and that's about it. Which is a pain in the ass, because if I'm flying and I need to, if I'm in a combat situation and I need to look around, I have to take my hand off the stick to go into head look, but it's a small price to pay to never have to touch the keyboard and the mouse. And the mouse that I use is a Razer Naga, so it's got the 12 buttons on the side, so I can, well, that one's dumb, but I can just kind of swing through all those real easy with the mouse. Yeah, I have to use a controller when I play Everspace, which is really annoying that there's no HOTAS support for Everspace. And that was one of the reasons why I didn't go back and start making videos for Star Citizen as well. Because there's even more fucking controls in Star Citizen. And after like 4 or 5 months, because I bought I bought into Star Citizen first. And I played everything that was available in Star Citizen, but I wanted like more, So I was like, fuck it, I'll buy Elite. And I bought Elite, fell in love with Elite, and like never looked back, right? But about 2 months ago, I decided to fire up Star Citizen to check out what they've been working on, and I forgot all the controls, right? So I tried to do the training, and you can't even do the training now. Like, I clicked on the training, it said I wasn't authorized to do that.
Frameshift drive charging.
So I was like, fuck you then, Star Citizen. I'll go back to Elite. Fuck you.
Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
That's one thing that Elite really has going for it, is it seems very complicated, but it's really easy to pick up. If you've played a flight simulator before, there aren't very many different concepts in Elite. Like, you can pick it up and learn it super quick. Whereas in Star Citizen, it feels like you need a dictionary-sized manual to play it.
Fuel scooping complete. Fuel scoop disengaged.
And I think right now, the only thing that Star Citizen really has
Frameshift
over
drive
Elite, there's two
charging.
things. Is the combat is more, like, it's more fun. Like, let's be honest. It's more fun in Star Citizen. It's more fast-paced. The decoupling is kind of like FA off,
4,
but it's...
3,
I like it better than
1,
FA off, because it doesn't go all crazy when you turn. Like, it's just so you can turn around and make these crazy sharp turns and stuff. And the ability to walk around your ship. Like, I absolutely love the ability to walk,
Fuel
not only walk
scooping.
around your ship, but you can leave your ship and like Evo out, or the EVA, and you can, you know, boost around in space as your pilot, and you can
Fuel
walk
scooping
around like the
complete.
space station and the city that is the social hub. That's really cool, but that's coming in Elite soon. So once that comes out, the only thing that Star Citizen's going to have over Elite is
Fuel
the
scoop
combat. And
disengaged.
that's it. The
Frameshift
walking
drive
around, yeah, the
charging.
space legs thing. It's supposed to be next season, so next year sometime. Which I can wait. I mean, I want them to do it right. I don't want it to feel floaty. I don't know if it's for sure, but that's what everybody's saying. It's
4,
I've never
3,
looked at a roadmap or anything
2,
like that, but everybody on
1,
Reddit's talking about it's in
engage.
next season and blah blah blah. So I can wait. I want them to do it right though. I don't want it to feel tacked on. I don't want the controls to be terrible. You know, it doesn't have to be fucking Call of Duty, but I would like it to be polished. So as long as they have to take to make it polished, I'm completely okay
Fuel
with that.
scooping.
Now, I don't know if you'll ever be able to EVA outside of your ship in space, but I think landing you can walk around outside. I know that you'll be able to walk around your ship, which I'm kind of worried
Fuel
about being able to walk
scooping
around the ship, because if you look, like, this is a bad example, but most ships are really small. The cockpits aren't that big. So where exactly are you supposed to be able to walk around in most ships? Like, where are you going to walk around in a Diamondback or a Vulture? You know? I think I already
Fuel
checked the
scoop
system map. It has a
disengaged.
lot of gas giants. But take like an Orca or the Beluga that's coming out, you could probably walk around the entire
Frameshift
ship.
drive charging. Four, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be super cool, especially with multi-crew. If you can walk around your ship and hang out with your
Fuel
bros,
scooping.
and you know, like in the back of your ship somewhere, and just sit around, out drifting out in space, that'd be super cool, man. Especially if you're in a wing with someone and you both have big ships. If you could just stop somewhere and EVA over to the other ship and hang out, I mean, that's all I'm asking for, you know, because you can do that in Star Citizen. You can leave your ship and go into somebody else's
Fuel
ship.
scooping complete.
And if they can put that in this and make it decent, I think it'll be super fucking cool.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
And I'd really like to see like the big stations have some kind of little social area, like a bar or something that you can just go hang out in. Exactly, dude. Firefly. That's what I'm talking about. Land on a planet, just get out, have a little gun battle with somebody. Be all upset because they killed you and put you back at your station and your ship. Well, but then they have ship transport, which you could just call your ship back. Yeah, it'd be really cool if you could like disable a ship and pull up alongside it and then EVA out into that other ship and just steal all the shit. I mean, that would be awesome. But listen, dude, it's been really fun, but I'm starting to lose my voice. And I'm going on 3 hours, so I think I need to end it here. Once again, I am probably going to just go ahead and upload the VOD onto my channel. It won't be numbered, it won't be episode 155, but it'll be up there. And I really appreciate you hanging out and talking with me, man, because that's what it's all about. That's why I started a YouTube channel. That's why I stream, just to talk to people while I'm playing games, man. Take it easy, dude.